Good morning, everyone, or good noon if you're on the East Coast, or if you're somewhere else in the world, whatever time it is. Goodness, 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 and love, love, love. Hello, I'm Deirdre Online, and I am a mystic, a bridge, a messenger from the other worlds. And today we are going to greet February as Love is the mystery which heals all. How to clear the obstacles from your heart. Just released, I created the Radiance Journey from Archangel Ariel, and that is to purify and really go deep into pulling the karma, pulling out the trauma from the 4 chambers of your heart. And we've just made that offering for you, and I'm going to invite you to find that on my website or Facebook. For any of you who missed any of the recent videos we've done, please go to videos on my Facebook or on my YouTube channel. They're all there. The steps to resilience, how to overcome anxiety, lots of yummy, good stuff for living in the modern world. So thank you for being here. It's just really a joy, really a pleasure. I'm in Montecito, and for those of you also following, we're busy building our town back up, and everyone's coming together. And what I really got to see here was the mystery unveiled, because the deep connection that is happening because of the disaster we've been through is such a profound love. It's all the masks have fallen down, the ego's fallen down, and we're just together, complete strangers. I know you, I know who you are, I see you. And that really is why we're here. We don't need a disaster, we don't need something to happen to bring us there. All we really have to do is have the intention to want to connect, to want to be in the mystery of love, that healing energy that brings health, brings prosperity, brings joy. It's really time for us to drop the barriers of our separation, or the illusion of our separation. And I know that that sounds a bit mumbo jumbo, probably to many people. Doesn't sound very grounded. But when you look into yourself and begin to look at the perspective of who you are, that you are frequency, that you are billions of atoms just shimmering, and then between these atoms is really just pure space, and that this entire cosmos are these atoms shimmering with space in between. And you and I, we're an outline walking through this shimmering space. Everything is an outline. But in the energy field, we're all the same energy. We're all pure energy. And that pure energy is love. And it's a mystery, because we can't really understand how it works. What happens when our heart heals? What happens when our body heals? What happens when our psychology heals? We can try to put the steps together, and there's definitely steps to getting there, and I've been giving these steps. But that moment when we cross the threshold into that really yummy state, that's the mystery. And that's what we're going to be exploring this month. So clearing the obstacles. There's a great Archangel, Ariel, who's been working with us. She is the Archangel of Love, and she is the counterpart to Archangel Raphael. Each of the archangels has the masculine and feminine aspect, and she is the feminine aspect. So she is the love which heals all. And she is available to each and every one of us to bring her presence, her energy, her frequency. If you could think of the word angel or a deity, if you could step out of the box and think of it again as a frequency. It's like we look out and you look at the wall. I'm looking at the wall across from me. And it seems to me, to my eyes, there's nothing between where I'm sitting and the wall across from me. But that's not true. We know that there are sound waves, light waves. Right now there's electromagnetic waves and cell waves, little particles floating around, particulate matter. But we don't really see it. It doesn't register. So these energies that we call angels are just that they're a wave that the eye cannot see, that our instruments may not be able to detect yet, though they're doing a lot of work and they're developing instruments that can detect these other frequencies. So when you call, when you invoke, when you have the intuition and the intention to invite one of these energies to come help you, they show up and we feel it. We feel it in our body, we feel it in our mind, we feel it in our heart. And I want to invite you all to drop whatever taboo there is and just play, and if nothing else, pretend that maybe that's possible, because these great beings are enormous helpers, and they are here ready to help us today in our ever-changing world. One of the things I find is that in order to clear the obstacles to receiving love, clear the obstacles to giving love, it requires commitment. It requires a kind of a value. We've talked about values. We've talked about one's own core value. And in order to receive love fully, we need to connect to, what is my core value? What is my core virtue? Who am I? Because the core virtue, the core value, as I talked about before, is a thread or a rope into the divine fabric. Some of you may have heard of the string theory. We could bring a little science in, because science is the god today, but we mystics, we're still trying to make our stand. We've been here for thousands of years, we're still here. So these threads, which physics calls the string theory, we as a mystic, we see that these threads are a fabric, and this fabric holds the time-space continuum together. This fabric, or this grid, is created by thought. This thought are in line with the laws of the universe, the laws that were created when this creation was created. And these laws are the values and the virtues of our world, the ones that every great religion and spiritual practice goes through. So when you connect into this core of you, who am I? Who am I? What is my core value? You automatically connect into the field of love, because the obstacles to that connection instantly go away. That's the mystery. That's how simple it is. It's very, very simple to do this. The mind clears because you're focused and you're committed to a thought. So let's just try that for a minute. What is my core value? And anything can come up. We can just play, just have some fun with whatever word you hear. To be compassionate, to be a good person, to give service, to love. What is that inside of me that I'm really committed to? And now that you find it, whatever that word is, why don't you just affirm to yourself, I'm committed to this. And the minute you make this commitment, you instantly step into a very powerful spiritual state, and that's service. Because the instant you are connected to your core value, to who you are, to the frequency, you then begin to radiate. That's what radiance is. That's why I call radiance healing, because it is just a form where we are radiating who we are. And that radiance of who you are is service. So you are in service to whoever you meet, to whoever you happen to be with. Because you're on an arrow, a straight arrow of your commitment, your intention from who you are. And when that happens, the obstacles miraculously fall away. I know many times, myself included, I'll start ruminating on something. Oh, I'm so upset about this. I'm upset about that. My mind will start to go. It'll start to run this way, that way. And then I just stop, take a minute. Bring in my silent watcher. The silent watcher, again, is the place of you, the observing mind, a place of your higher consciousness. I say, oh, right, my core virtue, my core value. Okay, love. Love no matter what. The archangels up the ante on me. Okay, right, that's it. Now, I'm going to pass this on and just be in this with everything I do for as long as I can do. And that's a practice. It's actually a practice, a very high practice of mindfulness. It's one of the highest practices of mindfulness because you are focused on your soul. Because your core value is where your soul lives. It's where you and your soul unite. And when you and your soul unite, it's easier to unite with other people. It's easier to allow the ego mind to step aside, to step over to the left and say, I'm just going to watch instead of getting in the middle and trying to make a mess. I'm going to allow myself to let you, whoever you are, your soul, your purpose, I'm going to allow you to live. Because our greatest obstacle really to love is the ego. And that doesn't make the ego bad. It just means that the ego misunderstands itself. It misunderstands its role. Like, what am I supposed to do? Our ego is here to help us do the computer, drive the car, make those lists, get things done. It's like it's a little robot of tasking. What happens is when the ego gets all puffed up and says, oh no, I'm the soul, I'm the purpose, I'm the reason you live. And when that happens, bang, that's when the obstacles come. And the ego loves to ruminate, in case you haven't noticed. The ego loves to collect things and hoard thoughts. The ego is a hoarder. Like, I'm going to hoard, all the bad things that you said to me or all the awful things. I'm going to hoard it and I'm going to take it all. I'm going to put it in a closet. And now I'm going to go just sit in the middle of all this stuff and be miserable. That's what the ego does. But really, all we have to do is open the door and step out of the room and say, I think I'm going to clean out my closet. I'm not going to hoard all these thoughts. I'm going to let these thoughts go and replace the thought of, who am I? I'm love, I'm compassion, I'm forgiveness, I'm fun, I'm playful. Playful is a great value, a great virtue, because it's lighthearted. I am lightness of being. I am justice. I am truth. I am righteousness. I'm rigor. I'm perseverance. Any of these create a frequency of love, all the different aspects of love. And the mystery of love is that we don't really need to understand how that works. And that's where we have our faith. We just have faith. Oh, it works. That's the gift from creation, from the Creator, the great presence, however you want to call this presence. That's the gift. And we are so gifted right now. I look in the world and, with these eyes that see through realities. I've been doing this since I was 3. And I see all of the friction, the misunderstanding, the reality that we all have to deal with. It's real. It's we can't ignore it, put our head in the sand. It's there. But what I really see in all of that is that there is a great, great coming together happening. It's like the end of winter, when the first crocus comes up through the snow. The trees haven't budded out yet, and the fields don't have grass yet. It's like these hills I'm living on. They're all black now, completely charred. And yet it's just been 6 weeks since we had this massive fire, and just maybe a month or 3 weeks. I've lost track of time since we had those mud and floods flowing. And yet on these black mountains, there's this little touch of green. It's really miraculous coming up through the black. When I looked at it, I said, wow, that green, that light was in there. I just couldn't see it. We couldn't see it. So I want to tell you that even if you don't see it, even when you look at the news and we go, ugh, no, please, that it's like the hills have charred. There's a purpose, but the grass is there, the seeds, and it is sprouting. And each of you are one of these blades of grass. Each of you are a flower. Each of you are the seedling of a great tree. And so by the millions, we're coming up. And it may not be on the evening news. It may not be on the bestseller list, but that doesn't matter. Because we know in our hearts that we are strong. And there are millions and millions of us, and you are one. And if you don't know it, then my job is to remind you of who you are. This morning I woke up at about 4 a.m. I was wide awake. I was bummed. I was like, oh, I love my sleep. And I felt the presence of Archangel Ariel, that presence of the Creator. And when I woke up, I was so wide awake. I walked around the house. I looked around, and I'd been worried. I'll admit, I'll be honest, it hasn't been the easiest thing going through what we've gone through here in Montecito. I've been worried, but I woke up and the worry just went away. It just washed away. And I said, wow, that was so easy. What was that? And Ariel said, there's only one thing you have to remember. And this is what I want to share to you because it's the message for you. And that is, you are an angel. That's who you are. Oh, I get all teary when I think of that. You are an angel. We are angels. We're the angels here. And the angels that we don't see, they're our brothers and sisters. She said, we're not better, we're not bigger, it's not like, oh, we have this great higher frequency. Excuse me, everyone. I'm just in the moment, feeling everybody is an angel. This is your angels, you're one of us. All you have to do is clear the obstacles, drop the obstacles, the fear, the misunderstanding. And then you're just like us. You're the healers. You're the ones giving service. You're the ones dreaming this world. So dream this world, dream this illusion. And have the tools and the keys. And we're here to help you as a brother and a sister as you birth. And this is the great light. This is the coming together. And I got so hopeful and so happy, and all my worry, all that energy I'd been feeling, it just miraculously was gone. It went away. And I felt, wow, that's true. We are all angels. And we're the angels that are going to rebuild, rethink, redream our world. And we're going to do it one love bite at a time, one hug at a time, one glance at a time, one connection at a time, until the one becomes a million and a million and a million and a million. And when that happens, everything will change. The hills will be green and spring will come. And that's where we are. And that's why we're here, to clear the obstacles to love. Let's just take a moment to close. And just allow the frequency of our love together. Let's just say to yourself, I am an angel. I'm an angel. I'm an angel of love. And whatever your core value is, that's it. I'm an angel of love. I'm an angel of truth. I'm an angel. I'm a messenger. My very presence is service. It's in the small things where we will win. The light will win. It's in the small gestures, the tiny happenings, like the tiny blades of grass, until the field is green. As we call the presence Archangel Ariel, the presence of creation, we look into our heart. And there in our heart we see a silver chalice. Go deep into the silver chalice, for there in the silver chalice is a star. This star is you. This radiating light of presence. And now allow this star to expand until you have a tube of white light in the center of your being. And this tube of white light goes out the top of your head and down through your feet, connecting into the core of Earth. And as this tube of light ascends above your head, there above your head is an enormous potential of light of creation. I am presence. And with every breath, just simply allow, I am presence, to descend into your being, into your body. I am peace. I am love. I am connection. I am soul. And allow this presence, this beautiful presence of love now to wash over your body and hold you in a vessel of light, all the way to your feet. You are contained, you are whole. You are one with all, and you are unique in yourself. You are one with creation, but you are an individual at the same time. And now let us affirm our core value as the obstacles to love wash away, washing away down a stream through the sacred garden. So easy and so simple. We take a deep breath and gently come back, open your eyes. And now just check in, close your eyes again, and maybe say, okay, here I am inside. Here's my chalice, my tube of light. I am presence, my core, my sacred garden. And open the eyes. Oh, now here I am. Here's the outside world. Okay, hi, outside world. This inner world is actually more real than that world. But I know that's pretty trippy to think about. But you are the bridge between these worlds. And you are an angel. And you are love. And we have great hope with all of us connected together. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be Will, my husband, of What the Bloop Do We Know, and I are going to be at the Conscious Life Expo, 6 o'clock this weekend, February 11th. Come see us. I'll be giving a Radiance Healing Journey and talking about a lot of fun stuff. Anyway, introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you.